It is time for game number 2. Can upcoming stars come back? Is the question here. They do not need... They don't want to find themselves 0-4. No, that's the worst. I think just one win for them would do wonders.
It would do amazing. But to be fair, they have probably the hardest first 2 games of any team. So if you're going to take your losses, it's going to be here. First, they were up against Epsilon. Now they're up against Trig, 2 top teams in Europe. So to be fair, they have a rough start to the summer split.
But at the same side, I mean, they didn't have the best spring split either. Right? I'm just saying, it would just be good for their morale to just come out and get a win. And we're going to find out what they draft right now as they are getting ready to go right into the picks and bans here, boys. It only took 3 throws, but I finally figured it out.
Well, we got to it eventually.
Yeah, we got it. So, Trig Esports will be rocking the Ullr side once again. Upcoming stars still holding on to the counter pick potential here. Possibly in the solo lane as... Now we will see Giannis. They said, well, Lobster, you brought too much utility to the team last game. Goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him really utilize the through space and times there, able to transport his entire team into those invades. It wasn't just Trix and Cubo just being annoying on the invade. It was the fact that Lobster was bringing all of Trig Esports into their jungle.
I love this. They have to get rid of Trix Tank's Hercules, so now that frees up Serqet, and Cubo Fred can just do all of everything.
That's one of the strengths of having a god that other teams are forced to ban out. Is that you leave open, if your first pick, such strong picks, but upcoming stars knew exactly what they wanted. They want the Neith. They want that dual lane early pressure.
Yeah, you could even send Ymir in there as well, and then now you actually have kill potential in lane as a hunter. And the first blood bonus is nuts, especially with gold. You get first blood in the hunter role, it's curtains. You get the Heartseeker up early. Whew.
Yeah, it's 500 gold for first blood. If you're able to find that kill, it really starts to snowball, especially when Heartseeker already only takes a couple minutes to get online.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Sobek picked up as well for Trig Esports, so another flex pick.
You know where that's going.
Zalia Beck?
Zalia Beck? It should be.
I don't really see Trix Tank play this guy
He might, though. It kind of fits his playstyle where... the pluck and the setup for his team, as well as the peel. It's really what he likes. He just likes being able to grab someone and throw him backwards. That's what Hercules does, right? So, looking at it, it might be going into the duo lane here, but he's got the Ullr as well. So, Ullr is probably one of my favorite hunters to watch at a competitive level, just because of the plays.
Yes.
I mean, switch stance, axe stun, switch stance, everything. So fun.
He has a lot of versatility. He's a very high mechanically skill-capped god. And the best hunters in the world can utilize him. And we see it out of the Rising Stars a lot. Bronx Bombers, Madman Mark, all play a very good Ullr over in North America. 3 target bans for upcoming stars. They do not want Lobster to feel comfortable. They took out his Agni, they took out his Giannis, and then a Hercules ban also against Trix Tank.
Well, away on the other side here is going to be the Ares and the Ra. The Ra, he didn't have a huge presence in that game, number 1, but it was really hard for him. I mean, once you're behind as a Ra, it's not really. It
was rough. Trix abused him, but what I want to highlight here is the Ares pick. Ares is actually incredibly strong against Trig Esports lineup here. They have the Serqet, they have the Sobek, 2 gods that are very reliant on their movement abilities, and Ares is going to cripple them out. Same with Ullr. A lot of movement abilities in their kit that are completely negated out if Ares can land his chains.
So we were wondering if we would see Sobek on the Zalia, but that will be Vamana playing with the Zalia build here in the solo lane. So back to the late game hyper carry of Vamana. He loves this god. He's really good on him too.
Yeah, and he's very, very good against hunters and other physical damage gods. And he's going to be running into 2 hunters on upcoming stars. So they're running the same team comp here. Neith likely to be in the solo lane though this time. Ram going to be sitting in that duo lane. Neith is going to have a very strong clear sitting in that lane, where Ram will have a little bit more trouble. Vamana going to be able to poke him out, because like I said in last game, Ram is forced to stand at the front of the wave and take a lot of poke.
Yeah. Now, Zalia, we were talking about it going into this one, how many different builds Vamana can possibly have. And with this one, well, Cheerio, he might get caught out here. And Cheerio, he's going to get slowed as well. This is going to be first blood here. Down he goes. If he makes it out of this one, oh no! That is facepalm. My mouse is through the wall.
I don't think he was slowed at the time either. If he's slowed, he actually can't get that wall off, but he has boots 1 online. He should have been able to get that wall off. It would have been close. I'm actually not sure if you're able to wall under your feet when you only have boots 1. I actually don't know.
You should be able to.
I think you are.
Not with boots 1.
Not with boots 1. All right, with boots 1, you can't wall, so the wall there, it was impossible for him to get away.
Well, he tried the plays, and now he's actually starting off with the wall, which makes his jungle clear, well, abysmal.
And that's the key here, right? It's not that he died. It's now that his jungle clear is going to be atrocious. He's going to be trying to do 2 buffs. And if Trig Esports recognizes this, they should look to invade. Yeah, they're trying to save Hog, it looks like.
They are saving Hog.
They're not invading, though. I guess they're not invading. Nope, they're going to play it safe.
I guess they're just looking to get to lane as fast as possible so they can just hand the back wave and then
I would have liked to see them invade. I think they should have invaded. They knew Ymir had wall, knew he wouldn't be able to fight, but they are going to have that XP and gold lead and get to lane about the same time as upcoming stars.
So Cheerio now finally having the cross carpet area. He was able to hit level 2 based on the camps, and now I guess just question mark here so far.
You're likely to see Cubo here rotate. That's what he likes to do. That's what a lot of these junglers like to do heading into the summer split is they want to clear the solo lane fast so they can rotate to mid or look to steal back harpies. And there we see it once again.
Look at
how did I not notice this?
Look at this, Tom. Well, it's because we saw Cheerio die and we're talking about a wall for 17 seconds. But Funballer is bringing Poseidon into the duel lane. This is something we saw relegations for Season 2 when everyone thought Hunters were dead. Which, newsflash, they're in the exact same spot now as they were then, right? They were still super strong, but they just lost their clear. And the problem with Poseidon in there, which he just didn't bring it to the team fights.
How did I not notice this?
I don't know, man. Oh, so, look at Soldier fortune Ares. You get that by buying the Founders Pack on the Xbox One or the Nepal chest. Let me tell you, it is amazing.
Great pluck by Trix Tank there. Going to keep hi-rez away from Funballer. And that would have been a kill for Funballer.
No.
Can Sausage find the autos here to take on Xaylia? That's going to be the question. It doesn't look like he can. Xaylia juking a little bit too well.
And now we were asking, at the beginning, we were like, oh, they're saving Hog. They weren't saving Hog. Xaylia started off with Sprint 1.
Well, they saved it for the blue. Yeah. They at the very least weren't looking to invade.
No. And now the chains will come down as well. Qin just forcing the members of Trig Esports out of this lane to just try to get them denied at the tower here. And, you know, a Poseidon matchup in the duo lane versus Neith, I mean, the clear, right?
Neith is Funballer is 100% looking to play safe. He's not looking to fight at all, especially against an Ares. We saw him. Qin actually had kill potential earlier, but he missed his second chain. He is very scared, and the only thing he'll be doing is looking to bait them out, if anything. You see Cubo Fred rotate at a very odd time, but he's level 5 because of that first blood.
Now, are we likely to see a Warlock Sash, a Doom Orb? I mean, both stacking items are very, very safe to do, especially in the duo lane, right?
Yeah, but Qin gonna get caught. This is the bait they wanted. Trix Tank actually almost gave this gank away here. He repeatedly was looking back at Ares, but Qin still thought it was worth the risk to try and get to mid camps there. Gets picked off.
And left side camps will be going to the Lobster here, rocking out to the Ullr. We've seen so many different compositions so far in this summer split. And Ullr mid is definitely one of my favorite to watch. Is Trix Tank. Top of your UI here. He's coming around. He's going to get hit by a wall. He gets frozen out as well. He's got the pluck. He throws Cheerio back. And Lobster's just going to throw it down on him. And wow, hi-rez actually able to get a kill. They have to take out Cheerio here. He's just one auto attack away. Or, well, lurking in the water will clean it up. 3-1 here, but upcoming stars were able to get a pick during that.
hi-rez was able to find a kill. That's going to be important for him. You see, he was able to back there with full Heartseeker and going to be coming back in the lane with Beads 1 as well. So he's going to be much safer against that Sobek. With that Beads that he was able to, because he got the extra gold to find the kill, and he's going to start to do a lot of damage to Funball. I expect hi-rez to try and poke Funball out, look to get an early lead in this lane.
Can Funballer turn it on him, though? Can Funballer just turn, throw a Whirlpool and Kraken?
He has a window, but it's going to be hard against the Neith because he's not going to have 100 to 0 potential by himself, but he has about a 70% to 0 potential, but Neith is going to be healing up. She has health. She has the weave in her kit to be able to heal up.
And now Sausage actually electing to go into the Dev Gloves build here. In the solo lane, he's definitely going to be able to come by those 75 stacks with little to no problem with it.
Yeah, Rom, you want to play safe here. He is a late game hyper carry.
To say the very least.
Yeah, so that's what we typically see is the Dev Gloves come out from Rom. he just wants to be safe and not really look to fight. We saw him get a lot of pressure on Zayla, almost find an early kill, but he kind of lost that window now that he wasn't able to find that.
Zelia knows they're going to start up the speed buff. Cubo Fred's going to be here as well. I'm not sure if he's accounted for. Zelia's just going to kind of bait for himself, as now Cubo Fred will rotate into the mid lane. He wants to sync up here with Lobster. Last breath comes down. Lobster's going to push up. Axe stun comes up. And just like that, Lobster making it look easy.
Perfect combo. But now Neith coming through. Lop wasn't able to take it for him. And now Cubo Fred's in a bad spot. Cheerio going to find the return kill.
And now Qin will hit the rotation as well. But Lobster, he's not too worried about it. He's 1-0-1. And now Trixtank, he's got the pluck forward. Funballer hits him with it, and now Iren's just trying to stay alive, lurking in the water, slowing him down so much, but he might have enough, and he is able to get out of this one alive.
Yep, Cheerios continuing to be aggressive. Qin's going to turn. Trixtank has nothing to immune this, but I don't know if there's enough follow-up damage.
Yeah, there is. Look at those in-hands from Cheerio. He just destroys that crocodile. His Funballer, well, he's low on mana, but luckily for him, Whirlpool just full clears at this point, so he's going to be all right. Cubo Fred now going to tag team this up with Lobster, as the red buff will be going to Ullr in the mid.
Fantastic rotations from Cheerio in this game. This is the pressure that he wasn't able to exert in last game. You see him sitting 2-2-1. He's got 2 deaths, but he's been a part of every kill of upcoming stars, so he's making his impression, and he's going to allow Rom to safely farm up like he wasn't last game. Taking a look at it too, Zalia's actually gone a Heartseeker build.
Yeah. And oh, look at that combo. Lobster just gets erased. Celestial Beam will hit the crocodile as he bails out of this one. And left side mid Harpies will be going the way of Trig Esports. Will Cubo Fred jump over the wall and contest the right side? Options on him. I don't think they really want to fight this, and they're baiting it. And he jumps over. He at least will be able to get one of them here. So a little bit of a good thing here for Trig Esports.
Yeah, but upcoming stars, they're really surprising me in this game. And Cheerio, like I said earlier, he's been across on the map, and we're really seeing the baits come out that we saw in their relegation match against, was it Elo Fishers?
Here's a bait. The Rom will rotate as well. Neith comes down, and wow, just dead.
No wards.
No problem at all for them, as Trixtank will patrol the middle lane. Now, is that... Okay, so Vamana, we talked about it earlier. So many different builds. Is he going to go hastened?
Likely. He doesn't want to build sprint. He's actually gone Achilles Spear.
So again, he loves this item.
He's been trying it, it looks like. There's Iren's getting really low, but like I said, Funball doesn't have the 100-0 potential, even with Kraken, and there, Iren's able to heal up back to full, and Funballer has no Kraken now.
Yeah, and he's down. I mean, he blew his entire load on that kill, and to get nothing out of it besides a little bit of lane pressure.
Yep, he's going to have to back here, and now Lobster and Trixtank just making sure that Gold Fury isn't started up. Everyone's missing in their eyes from upcoming stars. The ward control is going in favor of upcoming stars so far, especially on Gold Fury there. No one with a sentry in wards, but Lobster could be in trouble again.
Wow, no beads on this one. He hits the Axe stun on Qin, still trying to stay alive. The Flames are just going to be able to clean him up here. He still manages, the jump will be good, but the Searing Pain's better as he gets taken out on the backside. Frosty getting involved early, which, again, he was a player who was unable to do so last game.
Yeah, and this is the pressure that Cheerio is able to put out in Game 2. This is fantastic coming out from him, and he needs to keep this up, and they need Sausage to come online, and he did get ganked, but I think he's going to be pretty safe with those dev gloves.
He's safe, yeah, but, I mean, Zalia, you can see the gold lead he has on him just because of the first blood and then everything else, but all things told, I mean, upcoming stars, they're winning the experience and the gold battle, but it's so minute. Like, it actually almost doesn't exist.
It really doesn't. And this time, upcoming stars, they're being the aggressors here in Trig's jungle, and Qin Fantastic is not missing change today.
Yep, he's going to get the madness on him as well. He's in the heal. Kraken's going to be off the mark as Qin now will try to pull one. He's got Funballer up, but there's no follow-up as Frosty gets another kill here with the Searing Pain. Cubo Fred, he's in this, trying to buy his teammates time as well. Tidal Wave is going to be off the mark. Cheerio trying to run for his life. Irons is going to turn on it. Down goes Serqet. And now Irons, he wants more blood. He's going against a Hunter and a Mage, and now still going up. He's got it. One more auto. Good. And now he's got the slow from the Raw. Man, what a play. Irons now, he's going to get cut off here again by the Zalia with a huge rotation out of him. He was a little bit late to the party, but Sausage was a little bit more late.
That's really important for Zalia to find that return kill there. And he's just going to scare off Sausage. Sausage, once again, just getting out-rotated by Zalia. I almost would like to see him try and farm up and just make sure that Upcoming Stars backs off and just try and take towers and look to split push because he's not matching Zalia right now.
Shouldn't he just have stayed in lane anyways? Like, does he really want to rotate to these fights? When you know hunters need like the 20 to 30 minute mark to really come to life?
It's risky, right? It really comes down to if your team wants to fight. And Upcoming Stars, with Sausage rotating, it's likely they said they wanted to keep up the fight even with Zalia rotating in. Obviously, that's not what happened. Once Zalia actually rotated in and was able to find a kill, they realized that he was too big and that Sausage wasn't going to be able to make an impact.
So walk me through the CDR boots pickup here on the Poseidon instead of the Shoes of the Magi.
He's just looking to get more whirlpools off in team fights. If you're going CDR boots, you're likely to also grab an early Gem of Isolation because then you can be a huge disruptor in these team fights. Having that extra slow on top of the slow pull in from Whirlpool really makes a big difference.
So instead of going into a pick-based god, and by pick-based I of course mean 0 to 100,
yes,
just soloing out one person, you now turn into more of a utility-based one.
Yes, 100%. Getting those, because Whirlpool is one of the stronger team fighting abilities in the game outside of ultimates, and that's just what he's looking to do. He has to lane where typically he's going to have another player in his lane, so it's going to allow him to clear these waves more efficiently.
Well, at 12 minutes last game, Trig Esports had a 12K lead on them, experience-wise, or 7K, excuse me, and now it's all even here as Zalia just bodies Sausage.
That was Achilles Spear. He popped the Achilles Spear at the beginning there, and we actually do see engagement here in middle lane. Looks like they're going to back off, but you saw the power of Achilles Spear and what it can actually bring when you utilize it. Ram there went from about 80% to 0 in the space of a couple abilities and 3 autos.
Yep. Hasten Fatalis is going to be finished here since he elected to go into the Achilles Spear. Can't get Sprint 3, so Hasten Fatalis is the next best thing you can get. And now in big baby form, he's going to be hard for them to deal with.
It's going to be incredibly hard for them to kill, and it's also, you have to look across the way, who's going to pick up Weakening Curse? There's no spots open for it.
Yep. And Iren's in a lot of trouble here. He's going to jump right into a Kraken. No escape. Comes down. Trix Tank gets followed up with some CC there, and he is likely to fall as Qin will be able to pick that one up. You see the rotation coming out of Frosty. He takes the safe road because he saw that Ullr walked over a ward, and he didn't want to get picked. And look at the rotation of Zalia. This means that Sausage will be able to eat a full wave and get some tower damage down,
Frosty.
But Zalia might be able to get a kill here as Frosty, bye-bye.
Yeah, they knew Vamana was there. You saw Sausage, right? He's screaming that Zalia's there. He's rotated. He walked over that red ward, and it's still Frosty. I guess he didn't think that Zalia was still in that jungle. Took a poor path and got killed for it. That would have been, I think, a positive trade for Upcoming Stars because you see Sausage taking this tower. Instead, they lose someone and they can't defend mid. Zalia picks it up.
Yep. Sausage decided, well, I'm not going to hit that rotation as fast as Zalia, so I'll just go ahead, get some more stacks on my dev gloves, and then take a tower and call it even in the lane. He needs that free farm, too. Yes. I mean, he's 2 levels behind and almost 2,000 gold behind.
I mean, Zalia's 3-0 and Sausage is 0-2. Once again, Upcoming Stars need to get these hunters online late game, but at least in the solo lanes perspective, it's not happening. We do see a gold lead coming out from Irons, though. He's up on Funballer.
Well, the good thing is that Cheerio has kind of helped them in the early stages of this game. At least delay it, right?
Yes.
He has delayed the game enough to where the Hunters should be able to hit this like 25-minute mark and start making a huge difference in these team fights. When you run a 200 comp and you get the Fire Giant, the other team just kind of cries.
Yeah, because especially once you have crit online, because you have 2 players hitting for a ton. And now Vamana, he's going to pop that Achilles Spear here again.
And Irons is likely to fall here. And you can see the Hasten Fatalis just works wonders here. He's going to get denied by the wall. That's going to be huge for Irons to stay alive. Frosty now trying to get out of this one as Qin still disrupting the entire team fight. What looked disastrous for Upcoming Stars actually turned out to be okay for them.
It was a great wall, and this is what they needed to do in Game 1. All 4 players there were to defend the invade together. Trig Esports has to back off, and now Upcoming Stars, they should be able to defend this Gold Fury. I don't think they're going to give it away for free.
And Qin comes in, he hits one chain. Still going to get forced out. Gold Fury gets reset. He's going to get stunned. Cubo Fred dumps everything into him. Down goes Q, that's one hand down. Now still looking for more as Cheerio is going to get popped up. And now Sausage, he's in the whirlpool. Up he goes into the sky. Iron's fighting by the Gold Fury. He's going to miss it all. And will he be able to live is the question. The Neith, perfect. Such a good play out of Irons. He gets a double kill. Still pushing up here. He's got another one. Will he be able to get the triple? The answer is no, but he's still in this boxing match as Cubo Fred's health is just depleting. Wall will save his life. Irons once more. Will he be able to take out the lobster? They trade stuns out, and Irons still pushing forward. This guy's trying to do everything he can for his team.
He's playing fantastically, too. You saw him rotate late into that team fight and able to find someone basically in a 1v3. Cheerio was just there for utility. Great wall to keep the rest of Trig Esports at bay, allowing Irons to get out of that fight. But Trig Esports, they looked like they had the fight clean at first. Funballer found a pick in the middle lane, one-on-one, and then Qin was split off from the rest of his team. He fell. Upcoming Stars, they're not fighting as a team, and they're losing these small engagements that I think they could come out even or even ahead on. They're just splitting up.
Last time we take a look at the draft here, we saw that Upcoming Stars was up by about 140. Now, the different tale is Trig Esports is up by 3,200 experience and 1,500 gold and climbing. Trig Esports really showing the resilience here in this close matchup. Shield of the Underworld has been finished here by Vamana.
Yes, he had that in the last engagement as well.
And now, are we going to see the Nemean Lion? I want to see it in action,
Against double hunters, I feel like you have to. It's really the damage that he's scared of, and it's a very good item. I think he's likely going to pick it up in his build.
Imagine triple hunters.
Please don't.
My God.
I'm throwing up already. Nemean Lion would
that makes you viable though in ranked, right? That means you can play 3 different roles and still be okay. Proud of you, buddy.
Upcoming Stars. They're grouping up. They're making sure Trig Esports doesn't look to invade. Like I said, they're fixing their mistakes from game 1. Trig Esports are playing the same game. They're trying to invade here, but Upcoming Stars isn't allowing them to run amok. This game is incredibly close. Cheerio, 2, 3, and 8 has been a part of 10 of the 11 kills coming out from Upcoming Stars here.
Cubo Fred forced to jump out of this one. The chains will be on him, slowing him down a bit. But
Beads forced out too.
Yep, he had the beads.
Won.
Yeah.
108-second cooldown. That's going to be important, especially if Upcoming Stars is going to look to do Gold Fury, which they're positioning to do. They know if Cubo Fred comes in, they can just turn on him and chain CC him down. He's not going to be able to get out.
Well, the pluck's going to happen on Cheerio. Cheerio will love to do this as Trixtank will lurk in the waters. He's got to get out. You can see how much trouble he's in. No escape's going to hit as well. Trixtank gets pulled. Down he goes. Kraken is going to hit. And now Cheerio, he's going to be stuck in the middle of this. Big Baby come crashing down. Zelia, this late game hyper carry beast, is just trying to change this team fight in favor of his team. And now they will still push up here. Searing Pain's going to hit, and that will deter Trig Esports completely. As Sausage, he could go into the clouds, but he doesn't want to waste the cooldown.
Yes, but Upcoming Stars have a Raw. They're going to be able to heal up. Trig Esports, they have no ultimates available. They're going to have to back off. The Raw heal is going to keep Stars in. They're going to find the Gold Fury. That's a huge win for them.
Now, what is this Poseidon looking at doing with this build? I mean, what's he got going on down
So
here?
you see his max CDR. He's going to be that utility god, and he's scared of Irons, right? He's getting dove too hard by the hunters. He's just trying to stay in these fights and get off as many whirlpools as he can. And also, he'll have multiple Krakens up likely for an extended engagement. But you saw that Kraken last fight. It just isn't doing any damage because of his build. His build is too utility focused, and he just needs to keep going down that route because trying to convert into damage now is going to take too long to get online.
Now, is this the right call? Is it good to adjust your kind of build based on the fact that you need to go to a utility?
I'm assuming this is something that they have practiced before, and adjusting for utility is important. That's really the mark of a good player is, do they know how to build into something they're not expecting, or do they know how to change up their build and playstyle mid-game or mid-match depending on how it's going? Now, whether this is going to work out for Funball or not is still to be seen, but he's 3-2-3, hasn't been getting killed too much, and it's about, can he really be a benefit to Trig Esports with this build?
I mean, Upcoming Stars now doesn't have to worry at all about any magical defense. Like, really, I mean, he's hurting a little bit, but he's not going to be, changing the game with Krakens as Cubo Fred will look to aggress. Zelia is going to get walled out, and they will stay alive. But that's really the question that needs to be answered here, is that is this build by Funballer really going to help in these team fights if it goes later on? Right now, it's doing just fine. I mean, he's 3-2-3. He's holding his own. He's doing everything that he's supposed to. But later on, we might see that magical burst was needed.
Qin gonna blink over the wall, look for a lobster, and now upcoming stars are looking to be the aggressors. Xaylia might have went too deep.
Yep, Xaylia now forced completely out. Kraken's gonna hit, as now Qin will retreat out of this one. Cheerio's still looking to get something, and meanwhile, Sausage, he's just in solo island farming up. And this is what you said earlier, the Raw, I mean, he adds so much sustain to these team fights, and they really want this.
Kraken's down. This is an engagement that upcoming stars might want to take, but I don't think they can force it. It's going to be risky, especially since Max CDR, Funballer. Can we take a look at how long until his Kraken's up again? It should only be about 20 seconds, if not less. Yeah, 20 seconds.
That is the one thing that's super nice about utility-based mages is just cooldowns on Reg, man.
But I mean, at the same time, look at Qin. He's already full health because of the Raw, and he took that Kraken. It looks like Qin is 6 levels under Funball, and he took a Kraken at 60% life and walked out with 20%. Funball has no damage right now, at all.
Funballer now trying to wield underneath this tower here as hi-rez will tank a tower shot and backflip away. And you can see Xaylia, he's rotated, and the cripple shot, he's got it in his pack, and now they will be able to deter this. The pluck's going to hit as well. Incoming is the members of Trig Esports, but they're trying to second-guess themselves a little bit here as Qin's really slowing them down completely.
Qin and the rest of upcoming stars are doing a fantastic job of disengaging. They're baiting out Trig's abilities. You see that. Trig's tank uses all, and now Qin's going in hard.
Well, no escape's going to hit. No, Big Baby forced out as well. Kraken hits. Xaylia comes smashing down. He's looking to hit the damage. He's forced the hunters out of the battle, but Rama is up in the sky, and Xaylia is coming out of Big Baby for him, and now he is in an upcoming star sandwich as he's just going to get erased. Out retreating is going to be Cubo Fred. The Neith arrow will hit as well. Still trying to run away. He manages to see another day, but they will be losing this tier 1 tower.
We're even in gold. We're pretty close in experience. Upcoming stars are putting the pressure onto Trig Esports. Trig Esports, the best team in the spring split. Upcoming stars, the worst team in the spring split. Coming into the summer, the roles may not have completely switched, but they're trending opposite ways.
Yeah. Upcoming stars, this is kind of what I was hoping for at the end of Split 1 of Season 2. I was like, you know, upcoming stars, you know, they make this roster switch and everyone's excited about them, and they had a really tough spring split, but you love to see a team kind of come back and battle one of the best teams in the next split, just showing their dedication.
And it's true here. Trig Esports, I mean, this game is fairly dead even, but Trig Esports, I think they're going to be weaker coming into this late game, right? They only have one hunter. Funballer has no magical damage, and Trick Tank is too far to be doing any magical damage. Sausage and hi-rez should start to really control this game. Really, you see at the top of the charts is Xaylia there. He's been doing a lot, but I don't know if you noticed, but that last fight, Xaylia dove deep 1v4. Upcoming stars just said, oh, you're Vamana? We're just not going to attack you. We're just going to run away anytime you go Big Baby. Yep. We understand that you can chase us down because you have Fatalis, but if you're not able to hit us to get that passive off, you can't keep up with us. And now upcoming stars are looking at Gold Fury, or Fire Giant, excuse me.
Hey, it's definitely the Gold Fury on steroids, my friend, as it is just going to get destroyed here. They're going to come straight in. Last Breath's going to hit as well. Kraken hits. Upcoming star is able to secure this Fire Giant, and now they're just going to disengage here. Rama, he sees Xaylia, and the cripple was just off the mark. If they hit that, it would have been huge for them. Cheerio is going to try to slow it down here, and he's going to do just that, and they're happy with this. They wanted to just get the Fire Giant and back. They'll do this all day.
Yep, and we actually see an ultimate coming out there, and it does! hi-rez finds Cubo Fred, threads the needle. He was actually right in between Funballer and Xaylia. Neither of them could find the spot to disengage, and now Funballer, he gets walled off.
Man, Whirlpool's going to help him out, just kind of slow it down a bit, but you can see those chains as Qin. My God, this guy, he came to play with the Ares today. I'll tell you that. Now, this Gold Fury is going to help the bleeding just a little bit here for Trig Esports, but, I mean, they're down to Tier 2, and it looks as though they're probably going to be down a far right Phoenix as well. Upcoming stars is... they know one direction right now, and that's forward.
Yeah, I want them to grab this and ideally take Tier 1 and Tier 2 in middle lane if they can recognize that they're fairly safe for about 10 more seconds until Cubo and Funballer come up.
Well,
and yeah,
Funballer is on the sidelines for 30 seconds, right? And this tier 1 is just going to help them a little bit. It's going to open up the map more, but they get that tier 2 as well. They're looking at this next push. They go back, they buy because they have so much gold. They can just kind of farm up, try to get a pick, and if they don't, well, then they just go for the Fire Giant again, and then it's really looking grim for Trig Esports. But, I mean, everything considered, I mean, it's an even game. It's
dead even. Can we take a look at Golden Hand? They're rotating to Gold Fury. They're going to find out that it was taken by Lobster there in that off time. They're probably sitting at about 2,500, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So they're all going to back here, and they're probably going to be picking up some pretty important items here. Crit Online Nemenian finished, coming out from Cheerio. Raw finishes Lotus Crown. Winged Blade coming out from Ares. And hi-rez finishes Rage and almost done with the Deathbringer.
I love the utility of Raw these days, man. He still is going to do so much. He has max CDR as well as giving protections because of the Lotus Crown. And then you have a Heavenly Agility as a spot as well because he's not worried about having an Aegis because he's not there to do the damage. He's there to really help his team more. Heavenly Agility, perfect active for this god.
Fantastic active. And now looking at it, we see upcoming stars grouping up, putting pressure onto this opposite Phoenix away from the Fire Giant side that we typically see taken. If they're able to get this Phoenix, come next Fire Giant, we're going to see Trig Esports. They have to be on the other side of the map, basically, to defend this. So what upcoming stars has to do is basically deal with Xaylia. If they can deal with Xaylia, they should win this fight clean.
You saw Cheerio. He's leading the battle here. He's marching his minions directly into the Phoenix. And now you'll just see 2 hunters with Fire Giant. They're going to make quick work out of this. And Whirlpool comes down. The Pluck will hit as well, but the wall will deny that one. As now Trix Tank, he is in a lot of trouble here. Qin's going to go deep for him. He's going to be able to get 1 kill. The Kraken's going to hit. Funballer picks up a big kill. Xaylia now pushing up. He's just throwing all of the damage down. Frosty drops the heal. Cubo Fred comes in as well. The Madness will hit. Xaylia gets 1. Cubo Fred pays with his life, though, as Xaylia is still able to stay alive. The height of the Nemean Lion just reflecting all of the damage really helped him so much in that fight.
That's what they had to do. Upcoming stars needed to deal with Xaylia, but they weren't able to. Xaylia, he was able to find Raw. No one was able to protect him, but Funballer walled off here. He could be in a lot of trouble.
And yeah, I mean, Sausage isn't going to miss that. He's got a wall in the way. They take out the Phoenix as well. Xaylia gets hit by the same wall. And I forgot to even mention it, but Shield of the Underworld plus Height of the Nemean Lion.
So much damage reflect. He's gonna be looking. He's looking for that Smite achievement, I'm sure. The damage reflect. You die and you kill someone, or you kill someone with damage reflect.
Yeah.
That's probably what he's aiming for.
Good.
No, but it's hard, right? How are you gonna focus Vamana as upcoming stars? Not only does he have 2 forms of damage reflect, but he's also getting increased attack speed and lifesteal from Achilles' Spear. After that, there's also the fact that if you're hitting Big Baby, if you're hitting him in his ultimate, it's gonna last longer. So ideally, you don't want to attack him. Like, that's what it's screaming, but it's hard to not attack a giant baby raining down on your team.
I guess if you can fully disengage and just try to run away.
That's what they're trying to do, but it's very hard. He's just keeping up with them.
It's also very hard when you're trying to siege the enemy base. You don't really want to relieve some of the pressure from your assault.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about this, but
okay.
Xaylia has basically built Sprint.
Yeah, as he's gone. He's going to live to see another day here. Same with the Serqet, as, well, Fire Giant's up, and it is rapidly dropping here.
They're going to
sub 60% already. By the time I probably finish this sentence, they're going to be able to secure it as well. And, man, Trig Esports backs are against the wall here. Trix Tank really needs to get to his base and just start turtling up with his bros as, well, Poseidon's forced to recall as well. So they will be able to withstand one fight here for sure.
Yes, and it's going to come down. Xaylia needs to make big plays if Trig Esports wants to defend this. Meanwhile, Sausage, he can't get picked like that.
Well, he did, and now he will take to the skies. His teammates will help him out as well. And Trix Tank, he's lurking in the water here, and now down he falls. No escape's going to hit as well. The beads are going to come out from Cubo Fred. He's going to continue to push forward, and now they just retreat right into the raw heal, and Xaylia will be taken out by hi-rez. Cubo Fred finds himself a kill, and now Lobster, he's trying to throw some axes here to stay alive, but man, this upcoming Stars, they're hungry for their first win.
But they lost one of their hunters, Sausage. That's a very big damage loss for their team. They're going to think twice about, yeah, they're going to back off. I'm actually surprised about this. I think they could have very safely taken that mid Phoenix. They don't have to worry about their biggest problem. Zalia's dead.
Yeah.
They need to be aggressive while Zalia's dead. The rest of the players aren't a problem outside of Lobster.
They also burned every single active on the side of Trig Esports. I mean, everything, minus hand 3 on Sobek.
Yep. They're playing it safe here. They're waiting for the minion, so they're still going to look to be aggressive here. They just don't want to basically suicide into it.
Okay. Tail Whip's going to disrupt a couple things here. Cubo Fred, as now hi-rez, he's going to get plucked. He's still managing to stay alive here. Last Breath comes down as well. Searing Pain will slow him down a bit as hi-rez will get some lifesteal out of that. Kraken's going to hit as well. Cheerio's going to be in the middle of it. Cubo Fred gets that kill. And Trig now, they're praying to God upcoming Stars throws.
I mean, that's what it's looking like, but upcoming Stars, they couldn't get into that Phoenix to attack. Trig's tank just too tanky and too much of a front line. They couldn't focus everything into him like we saw, because if they did, they would have quickly got turned on, and you did see Cheerio fall there in the end.
Rama now coming off the respawn here. Sausage, he's still waiting on that Deathbringer, but Lobster, taking a look at him, he's 2-2 and 12. I bet he wishes he didn't have all those assists. That's for true.
Lobster has also gone Heavenly Agility, so not to picking up the typical sprint we see, looking for more a team-oriented item.
Is that the right decision here?
It's questionable, because I believe that you could have just got that on Funballer. I think Funballer should have been the one picking up the Heavenly Agility and then just a sprint on Lobster, but it's not going to go that way. It's actually going to be reversed, and Funballer is going to pick up sprint.
Ugh, man, those are numbers you just don't want to see. 920, 720, 840. I mean, these hunters, they're at the point in the game where the double hunters really reign supreme, and 31-30 on the clock, 40 kills total in this matchup. 74,000 gold as opposed to 66 across the way. They have a 7,600 lead. Upcoming Stars really starting to push down here. They're going to wait on Cheerio. He's dragging behind there, but he will be in this team fight. And, well, the call is the far left Phoenix. And now it's up to Trig Esports to really weather this storm.
They've been doing a great job, too. Trig's tank doing a fantastic job zoning, and Zalia always diving the back line. He's the person you want to keep your eyes on.
No escape, going to force out some beads here. And he did just that, but they actually were able to pull the Zalia. And Zalia, he has no health left. Will Sausage be able to find him? No, he's just going to stick to aiming right beneath his feet. He runs right into a wall. He pops his ability, and now he will try to run away. Cubo Fred takes him out. And now, just like that, Trig Esports is going to be able to try to turn this one around. 5 seconds left on the Fire Giant buff. Rob will try to heal up his teammates. And that trade, Trig's tank for Sausage, yeah. They'll make that any day of the week.
Well, they made it last time, and you saw they weren't able to take the middle Phoenix. It's the same story this time. Can they defend, or can they push on upcoming Stars' way? And something important there is that Zalia escaped with, like, less than 5% health.
Yeah.
That is bad.
And now Funballer goes forward here. You can see the chains, and that's going to give Q the kill. Backflip over the Ymir wall here as Cubo Fred's going to take 605 crits to the dome piece. Zalia now just causing so much havoc. He's going to stay in this big baby form a little bit longer, but you can see the crits coming out here from hi-rez. And here comes the Neith ultimate. It's not enough because Cubo is going to body block it. That's what you call a teammate. He's going to get stunned out, and now he has to worry about some body blocks of his own as he was likely to die there. Trig's tank avoids all of the damage as he will retreat to the middle Phoenix.
Upcoming Stars are just not coordinated. These are such good team fights for them. And you saw it, 1v4 against Zalia. They were so scared. The second their team actually turned on him, Zalia started dying. They're so afraid of the damage reflect, but they don't need to worry about it as much as they are.
Ooh, that's trouble. That was beautiful. No escape set up with the Raw as well. Cubo gets to the back line. He also catches the wall to the face, but it slows down Cheerio more than him as Qin. He's got to be feeling the rhythm after this. They want to keep going. Sausage now will join the fight. Look at this. Here he comes. Now the Kraken hits as well. Lurking in the water, slowing him down. hi-rez is going to pay with his life as Funballer kills him as well.
Just take the Phoenix.
It's not happening. Cubo Fred, under all of this pressure, he is on a rampage with Serqet. He's got a Malice. He has a Titan's Bane. He's got a Wing Blade, bro. He's 9-5, and their backs have been against the wall for 15 minutes.
Just take the Phoenix. I mean,
I'm tired. You just repeat everything you say, bro.
I know. That's been twice this game, but it just seems to be upcoming stars are having poor coordination on the team,
to say the least.
You saw actually Iron's backflip there, trying to look for a kill, but he wasn't aware of Funballer's timer. Funballer spawned just as he backflipped into the Titan. Funballer found the crack and Irons fell, and he's such a big part of this team. Now that this game has gone on so late, it really doesn't matter how far behind Trig are in gold. They're all late game now. You see Malice online for Serqet, Deathbringer, the last item she has to finish, and she only needs the tier 3 from it. Trig Esports are late game with upcoming stars now. Upcoming stars don't have the advantage that they clearly had for the past 15 minutes.
This would be heartbreaking for Irons to lose this one. He's done everything in his power to keep
as
this
well.
game. Yeah.
The whole team has played fantastic.
Yeah.
This
is the first time that I think we've seen upcoming stars and been like, oh, I see exactly what they're going for.
Yeah, individually, they haven't really been... They've all been great individually in this game, but it just seems that there's a lack of coordination and teamwork, and maybe that's why they haven't been able to find wins so far.
Yeah. Well, they have 2 Phoenixes down. They're at 50% health, and, well, the target here is going to be the Fire Giant. They take it with little to no problem. Trig Esports have to deal with the fire minions that are just trying to enter their base. And now they have 1 Phoenix up. It's the middle one. Upcoming stars, they've tried to push twice now, and they failed both times. Will they be able to keep Sausage alive, or will Irons be able to really just do everything?
Sausage is typically the player who's been picked both times, and that's what it's going to come down to. Can he stay alive?
Well, we're on here. Taking a look at Irons. The blink comes in from Cheerio. The follow-up, Cubo Fred in a lot of trouble. And now Zelia, he's a little bit late to the party. He's trying to get to Irons. The call is the Phoenix. The backflip comes out of the Neith. You can see the Lotus Crown giving her those added protections as the little shield was on her. And now we will see them wait for the minions and try it again.
They're playing this safe this time around.
Yeah, to say the least. They're still just whittling down on this Phoenix. And now Zelia comes down. Here, look at him. He's doing everything he can. The wall's going to slow him down, taking him out of Big Baby. Beads come out as well. They turn back around. Fun Bowler gets erased. And now it is all up to Irons. He doesn't know who to attack, and he now has 2 in front of him. Down goes Zelia. There's the double, looking for the triple. He's able to get it. Next on his list is the Lobster. Or will it be the Phoenix? He will not get the triple kill, but he will be able to take out the Phoenix here as upcoming stars looks to get their first SPL win. The Titan is under attack, 30% and dropping. Upcoming stars come out with a big victory.
A huge victory, and this is the potential that stars have. They need to watch this VOD back. Individually, they all performed up to the standard they needed to. They had great team fights. It seemed a lack of communication and target priority late game, but they looked great together. I said it earlier that if upcoming stars would manage to come out with the win, it really wouldn't be off them being good. It would be off Trig not performing what they need to do. But upcoming stars looked great. Yeah, I take back that earlier sentiment.
Here's my question though: is do they go back and watch it and they say, that worked out, we're going to stay with the double hunters, or is it? Do they really need to go back and listen to their comms, which I doubt they recorded? It seems to be the fact that they didn't have a synergy towards the end.
It's both. They need to figure out. They need to get all their players to play on that level moving forward. Yeah. We typically don't see all their players online. Typically, it's Sausage playing good. Maybe he has an off day. QN playing consistently good. Maybe he has an off day, and the rest of the players it's flip a coin or not. They were all heads that game. They need to all stay heads.
First Blood, Vamana, Zelia, the hyper carry here. They got it so early. And I mean, this is a significant gold lead to have already going into this one. And Zelia dominated the laning phase. He did. It belonged to him. The rotations were Zelia. Everything was him. But it wasn't enough at the end of the game.
Just short, but I'm really surprised that Trig didn't invade there. I think they could have got off to a much stronger start. They were able to find the pick on Ymir, and they forced him to level his wall. They were still scared to invade, though. Yeah. I think that was a decision that they are going to regret if they watch this game back.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the jungle map control. Game number 1, it was dominated by Trig, and you can see upcoming stars. They did a lot better, but, I mean, they still only took 38% of these mid-harpies, but when you only get 38% of the mid harpies, you make up for it with gold furies.
Yes, and they were able to find a bunch of kills. And actually, the game was even in kills. You mentioned at some point 40 kills in the game. They were both 20 to 20, but Upcoming Stars had the 10K gold lead. And it was those Fire Giants and Gold Furies. It was kind of the reverse from before, where Trig wasn't able to contest them because they were picked early. One thing that Stars did fantastically in Game 2 that they didn't in Game 1, because the pace was kind of the same, right?
Yeah.
It was, we saw heavy invades coming out from Trig Esports, most notably on that left side on the red buff, because Trig was trying to find picks so they could get Gold Fury.
Sure.
But instead of going in one at a time, Upcoming Stars were always grouped for those invades, turn them around half the time.
Well, we have Irons, the player of the game, getting ready to come up here, but this guy played fantastic in this set. I mean, that game number 2 was perfect from him. The Neith plays were there. He used the strength of Neith the way you're supposed to. Dominate the laning phase. Just hit everything, and then, oh, by the way, you have a global ultimate, so throw that around every once in a while.
Yeah, and we really saw them utilize that.
Yeah. I mean, there's no better way to do it here, as we're just going to go ahead and wield this, as now it'll be just Neith shredding through it. And his positioning was fantastic. It was scary there for a little bit. When they lost that second time, I was like, oh, man, there's no way Irons can't do it. Man. But anyways, Irons, how are you, my friend? Well, never mind. He's not on yet. Okay. It was a little premature. I'm just excited for him.
I can tell. You're incredibly excited for him.
Yeah.
Waiting for him. He played amazingly, and I think, you know, just all across the board, I really want to congratulate Stars there, and they really abused the fact that Funballer ran that Poseidon ADC, which I don't think they're going to be going back to.
There was a reason it fell out of favor before.
I mean, he also did a very hybrid build. He went utility with max CDR early, and then he was forced into mid-Guardian Mail, and then afterwards, he built a Spear of the Magus to increase his magical penetration, but the only other magical god on his team to really utilize the Spear of the Magus was Sobek. Like, he just wasn't getting any damage off.
All right, I believe he's ready. Irons, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't sure what was happening, but I'm here now, and I'm feeling amazing after that game. Our first win in such a long time, and it feels great.
Well, there goes my first question. You already answered it. All right, Irons. So far, you know, you guys finally got your first win going up against Trig Esports. After that game number 1, what did you guys tell yourselves to bounce back? Because game number 1, it was not in your favor at all.
No, you're right. Game 1 was, you could say, was a complete stomp, and we just knew if we kind of ran the same comp as we did in Game 1, where we have 2 ADCs, a healer and a guardian, we should be fine as long as we don't mess up early game, which we did when we picked Rama and Gap.
Okay.
They just don't have any pressure in early game, and we just messed up there. We knew, okay, let's pick something that has a lot of pressure now. That's why we picked up Neith and hi-rez, and it worked out great.
Yeah, the hi-rez definitely brought a lot to the team fights. Now, do you see yourselves sticking with the 200 meta for the rest of the duration scene since you've seen success with it?
I'm not really sure about the 2 hunters, because as you might have seen today, Sausage wasn't playing like he used to play. He was kind of feeding a bit more than usual, so we'll see what we're gonna do about that. Maybe he's just gonna practice on 80 carries, maybe he's going back to his normal tier or hell, who knows. We're still trying to figure out what's the best for us.
Awesome. Adonis?
I have no audio.
Oh, you have no audio?
No, that's what I was
Well, do you have a question for my friend?
Earlier. Do I have a question for Irons?
Yes.
I mean, I won't be able to hear his answer, but
I'll relay it to you.
Okay, thank you. Irons, you guys played fantastic. How do you feel about this win moving forward? Are you going to try and build off this? Do you guys still consider yourselves... How much improvement have you made from Split 1 to Split 2? How do you guys feel now?
Between Split 1 and Split 2, we've improved so much, because at the end of the Split 1, when we made the roster change, we were still getting used to each other, getting the synergy right. And now that we're finally at that point, we just look to keep on having the morale that we had the second game, and trying to keep going this split and secure ourselves a spot for the next split without relegations.
All right, thank you very much. Irons, before I let you go, give me some shout-outs here.
Gotta give the level 1 Ymir wall shout out. I mean, it had to happen.
The level 1 Ymir
wall.
It worked
out great in the end. Other than that, I want to shout out Flairboot, our coach. I feel like he doesn't get as much love as he sometimes should have. So shout out to him, and of course all of my team. We played absolutely fantastic today, and yeah, shout out to them.
All right, thank you very much, hi-rez. My God, what a guy.
I couldn't tell you.
I know you couldn't hear anything, but
I was like, I really actually wanted to hear this interview, and I'm like, I have no audio, Scott. I have no audio. And
I know,
just like,
I got you, buddy.
You're just like throwing questions.
More
to
importantly, we have Xbox One beta keys that we are willing to drop right here, right now.
Wait, like right now?
Oh yeah,
going like
as
in chat,
dropped in chat. Just everyone spamming. Smart tip here for you. Don't go ahead and try to redeem the code in the Xbox. Go to xbox.com and then redeem your code there so you can use a keyboard. It is damn near impossible to use the Xbox keyboard to
try and input that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is just...
Xbox is actually really fun, and we play tested yesterday. Me and Pecky's actually faced off against you and Pawn, and I'll give it that we lost because Pawn carried you, but it was really fun camping you. Yeah, we made sure to make sure your life was
it's always good. But more importantly than that, we actually had our producer playing, who's never played Smite, and so it was a 3v3. And well, Clumsy is awful. You Clumsy and Pecky's lost to me and Pawn basically 2v3.
Hey, Clumsy, it's hard to carry him. I mean, he's pretty.
I get it. I fully understand. I saw the hi-rez versus pros. Yeah, Clumsy was by far the weak link.
Oh, for sure. Next to Brandon, of course.
Well, Brandon's not exactly like a person.
Okay.
He was just like a stand-in. He was like furniture for that game.
Poor Brandon.
Yeah, poor guy.
He's not even here.
He's on the honeymoon.
He's not even here to
watch the
rebuttal. Okay.
All right, well, guys, that's going to do it for Europe. We're getting ready to come over to North America, so make sure you stay tuned.